Hey guys, welcome back to Zindee. So today we are going to talk about the new gang sheet builder and I'm going to show you how that works, okay? So we have a gang sheet builder for both UV DTF and DTF transfers, okay? UV DTF is for hard surfaces like cups, tumblers, acrylic blanks, all of that stuff. So any hard surface is applied with pressure. That's what UV DTF is for. You don't want to put on a vehicle or anything like that, as they're very, very permanent, difficult to remove. So you don't want to put it on paint or anything that you want to remove it from later. And then the DTF transfers, those are for fabrics and bags, and those are applied with heat. You'll use a heat press and apply that to your shirt or fabric or whatever. Okay, so today we are going to be talking specifically about the UV DTF gang sheets in regards on how to make a gang sheet for all of your acrylic blanks, okay, to get the correct size and how to set it up. So there are two ways to access it. So right now it is on the front page of the website here, so you can click that, or you can go up here to UV DTF, click gang sheets, and you're going to see two options come up. This is if you have your gang sheet already ready to go, you don't need to build it, it's already built, and you're just going to upload the image and we're going to print it. This first one is if you need to use the gang sheet builder to create it, and then that will also tell you your image quality and all of that. So when this listing comes up, don't worry about size. You could just leave it as is and then click build your gang sheet. When you're in here, you can always change the size once you see how big of a gang sheet you actually need. Now, there's three options: start a brand new gang sheet, open a previously ordered gang sheet, or auto build. This is if you already ordered, you just need to reorder. The auto build basically is where you can just upload several images all at once and it'll just auto nest a bunch of images for you. We're gonna go with start a brand new gang sheet, okay? Now, a few things to be aware of. Here's your size right here. So if you want to change it to 10 feet, it'll kind of give you a visual of what that'll look like. Back to 1 foot. As you get bigger, it'll automatically change for you, and then you can see what size you need. The other thing that's really important to pay attention to is your resolution, which is right over here. The higher your resolution, the better your print. Okay, so that's really important. If you send us something that's really low resolution, it will print in that low resolution. So that is something to be aware of. You want to see green, okay? So today we're going to be working with the actual SVGs that come with your acrylic blank purchases from us, okay? Now, you can't just upload the SVG that comes with the blank because it will have that black background, which you do not want that to actually print. So anything you upload, okay, here's an example. This is our alligator, our Mardi Gras alligator. If you upload it like this, we are actually going to print exactly what we see. So we're not going to be able to change it or edit it or anything like that. So for you, let's see, let me get a little closer so you can see it better. So if you just upload what you receive from us, it'll have this outline and this black background. And you don't really want that to print because that's going to go all the way to the edge of your acrylic blank and not really the look you're going to want, okay? So let me show you how you can change the color and then also remove those pieces to get a good outcome. There's two great ways to do it, okay? So you can use Silhouette software, even if you have a Cricut, even if you don't have a Silhouette, you can purchase the Silhouette software and use it for this instance, as well as a bunch of other instances. Or you can use something like Adobe Illustrator, which is an amazing software. It is a monthly fee, but if you can learn Adobe Illustrator, at least the basics of it, you are golden as far as like everything else that you can use, because pretty much any hardware that you get, you can make your files in Adobe Illustrator, okay? So we're going to show you both today. All right, let's go with Silhouette first. Okay, so here's Silhouette Studio. Let me get rid of this so we can start over. Now, in order to save your files as a SVG in Silhouette Studio, you need to have Business Edition. It's a one-time purchase, you enter your code, and then you basically have it forever. So it's not a monthly fee or anything like that, and this Business Edition gives you a lot of things you can do with it. If you're wondering why we don't use Cricut, Cricut does not allow you to save your files outside of their software as a high-quality SVG. So Cricut just simply will not work as far as their software to be able to do this, okay? So we are going to open our alligator Mardi Gras. It looks like this. So when you open it, it'll look like this. So all we need to do is we need to click this black piece and delete it. And then we'll click this outline and delete it. The outline is just there so that if you wanted to print and cut your own stickers for the blanks that you purchased from us, it's already there for you, so you don't have to figure out your cut line and all of that. Now also when you're in here, you can also change colors. So if you want all of them to be different, you could do that. If you want a purple crown, if you want this to be a lighter purple, pretty much whatever, you can change it however you would like. You just don't want to change the size, and you don't want to change the location of where things are. So once you get it to where you like it, you're going to go to File, you're going to go to Save As, and we're going to save it to our hard drive. Now, when you're in Business Edition, this format, you'll have a bunch of different options. You won't be able to use Silhouette formats. So you can either save it as a PDF, portable document format, or you can just save it as an SVG whenever you're saving from here. So we're going to just rename this to Alligator, and we'll just do Silhouette 2-inch, okay? We're going to save that, and that is done. So we will go back to the website, upload image. You'll see Alligator Silhouette 2-inch SVG. We're going to open that, and when you click it, it'll go to your canvas. It'll look smaller because it doesn't have that background anymore, but if you overlap it, you will see that's the same size. So now you know this is the exact size that you want it to be, okay? And if you ever need to check, you can click your first image that you uploaded, and you want to make sure the biggest side is the size of the blank that you're working with. So if you ordered a 2-inch blank, this should say 2 inches or really close to it. It might say 1.99999, or it might say 2.00001, but you want it to say as close to 2 inches as possible. If this is a 3-inch blank, this would say 3 inches on whatever dimension is the longer side. So from here, what we can do is we can lower that margin to just 0.2 or something. That's just how much space is between the images. And then quantity, we can change it to whatever we'd like. So say we want 20 of them, and duplicate. So now we can zoom out, and we can kind of see where our sheet is, okay? And if we need to have a bigger sheet, smaller sheet, so on and so forth, we can delete this if we don't want it. But right now we're just gonna leave it for reference, so I can show you how it works in Adobe Illustrator as well. Okay, so that's how you'll do it in Silhouette Studio. Now, Adobe Illustrator. I know Adobe can be a very overwhelming program, because it is a very overwhelming program. Look, this is my alligator before he had arms. So it's a really intense program, but it's definitely able to be learned step by step, one thing at a time, okay? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and open our alligator. This is our main one that we would start with, okay? Now, in Illustrator, you're going to see these tools over here, this black arrow and this white arrow. This black arrow will select everything that is grouped with this. So we're going to pick the white arrow, and we're going to select this black, and we are going to delete it, and we're going to select this, and we're going to delete it, okay? So technically this is ready to go, unless you want to change something. So we're going to keep our white arrow, and we're going to select a part of the colored part, and we'll change this to any color we want. Let's do gold, like a golden yellow. So we'll do that. You can change this to more purple. So anything you want, you can just change it like that. And then once you get it to where you want it to be, you can go to File, and we're going to Save As. Now, if you're doing Illustrator, I would recommend to go ahead and save it as a PDF, or you can save it as an Illustrator file. It's a good idea anytime you're working with Illustrator to save your Illustrator files as an AI file. It'll just be the best quality if you ever want to go back and change it or anything. PDF is also a great option. SVG is more specific to certain things, and sometimes you will need that, but you can easily make an SVG from an AI file or SVG from a PDF file, but it's not as easy to go the other way sometimes, okay? So this is Alligator, and this is Illustrator, and the gang sheet builder will allow AI files, so we're just going to leave it as an AI, but again, your other option I would recommend is PDF, okay? We're just going to leave it as AI, and we're going to save it, press OK. Now we're going to go back to our website, we're going to upload the image, Alligator Illustrator AI, open that, we're going to click that, and now you'll see this here. And you can kind of check sizing wise too. So if I click this, you'll see this one is 1.81. It should match these. So yeah, see these are all 1.81. So you just want to be in the routine of just like looking at it and be like, okay, yeah, that's the right size. And you can always go back and check it on your main one to make sure that it's the right size, that it's not too big for your blank or anything like that. Okay, so this is our AI one. We'll zoom in. And then we can do the same thing with this one. Like if we want to have 7 of those, and we can decrease the margin for that too. And see, need not enough space to fill a column. Do you want to continue creating new sheets? You can press continue, and now it'll make another sheet, or you can go and you can change it to 11.5 by 2. There's a bunch of options that you can do. So now we have 2 sheets. We have this one, and then we have this one. But say I don't want to use this one anymore, well, we can delete it, you can remove it, you can start over, you can do an auto build. So we're gonna go back to this one, and we're gonna click this, and we're gonna autofill the sheet, okay? So it's just gonna automatically fill the sheet to as many that'll fit on there. And you can always change the margin of that to, let's see. We're gonna start over, confirm. These are all our uploads, so let's go to the Illustrator one. And let's put our margin on 0.1, and then let's do autofill sheet. There we go. So now they're much closer. Just be careful, if they're too close, you won't be able to cut them apart, okay? Because you're gonna get them as an actual full sheet. Once you get it to where you want it to be, you can just save and add to cart. You can name it whatever you like. So this would be Alligator. It double checks there's no overlapping images, no low resolution, anything like that. Add to cart and exit, okay? Now once you do that, it'll be in your cart. You can preview it so you can see what your gang sheet's gonna look like. And then you can also go back and edit it. Say for instance, you have something in there you don't want, or you made a mistake, or you can start over, so you're not stuck with anything, okay? The biggest thing to know is just to make sure when you're uploading your files that they're the right size. And again, to do that, you're gonna need a software like Silhouette Business Edition or Adobe Illustrator. Both are great options. Both are very easy as far as this goes. So I hope that helps you guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe. If you have any questions at all, I'm happy to expand more on this or to show you other things. And I will see y'all next time. Bye.